Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our weekly business talk show. And tonight we're having Chinese entrepreneur, and he's just started his Mandarin very Asian style and cuisine, and in Menlo Park, right?
Menlo Park, yes.
And this is the owner of the Mandarin. And welcome to the show, Nee.
Thank you, Nancy.
So to start with, we would love to know more about your story and the stories behind the scene.
Well, my story is very simple. Came here, lived in River City for well over 10 years. Went through high school in River City as Korea High School. Age of 18, ran a restaurant in Menlo Park called Jubang. Unfortunately, due to pandemic, they just closed. So it's funny, they were closed at Jubang. I started, and then I picked up a restaurant 1 block away from the restaurant where I originally worked, which is the Mandarin now. And after high school, went to some state, did some computers, worked for Excite at Home, also in River City. Worked for Lucid, did some technology, did some years. Always thought I would do a restaurant. Always thought I would do it when I'm much older. Not this time, but with this pandemic and passing through River City and Menlo Park, and I look at this place and I saw opportunity, and I just couldn't resist it because I just saw the location. It's unbelievably good. El Camino on Menlo Park. The owner is a fabulous person through negotiation. So long story short is, I saw opportunity. I just believe I can bring a very good Chinese restaurant into a region where there isn't much, I believe, to be very authentic Chinese food. That's what I want to do, partial of that.
Wow, that takes a leap of faith. And especially you started during pandemic. Well, a lot of local business, shut down like permanently. So what inspired you or give you that confidence and to start a restaurant? And you have never done restaurant business before, right?
No, I actually have many years of restaurant experience. I actually have family still own restaurants. I actually been in the high tech and the wine industry for a long time, and I still have those businesses. I just thought with the pandemic, I see Menlo Park, this location particularly, is a beautiful location. And I also know, because I travel a lot in this area, there's not really authentic food that I feel comfortable to bring my friends to eat, and where I feel say, hey, buddy, this is the dish we have back at home. In Sichuan or in Guangzhou, the fish is alive, the Danish crab is fresh, the spicy bean sauce is to the Sichuan that has spicy, numbs you. I didn't see much of that kind of restaurant in Menlo Park, or per se in Plato. And moreover, pairing up with some good wine, I don't see any of that neither. So when I see this location, I was really excited. But I told myself, if you really want to do it, hold it for 1 week before you make a decision.
Right.
So I hold it for a whole week, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. So then I make the phone call, talk to the landlord, and got the thing. So that's the reason why I really don't think it's a problem. Chinese has a phrase of 酒香不怕巷子深. I totally believe the cuisine we present to the people. We have good food. We start with simple Chinese to authentic Chinese. Anything you can possibly taste in China, I can help present it to you at my restaurant, and if you give me the chance.
Wow.
So that's what I believe.
So the quality.
Yeah.
And are you partnering with some local famous chef?
Chef Yang has been in the United States for about 15 years. He has operated 3 restaurants before himself. He operated Sichuan Home in Milpitas. Then he did one in Cupertino. He's a very good chef. I'm very fortunate to have him. He's very down to earth. We have very clear understanding of what's the idea to present to the customer. We both come to understanding that there's not enough or was not able to be traditional Chinese dish in any Chinese restaurant. When we talk about Chinese cuisine, it's a big subject.
That's true.
8 different part of the Chinese that can be separated, totally different. So we focus on 2 right now mostly, Sichuan and Cantonese. Cantonese, we have a chef named Ming, who's a little bit older, who has done a lot of different restaurants, worked for a lot of famous, I don't want to name names, because if I name names, everybody knows. But he has worked for a lot of the big Cantonese restaurants in town. And he knows how to deal with a lot of the seafood in Cantonese style. So there's something I am grateful for. So that's what it is.
Great. So besides the quality and besides great chef, what are the other like special qualities of your restaurant?
I think another thing that we will be focused on heavily is the service and the wine. I believe having a good wine list is important, and also a good service. I believe as a restaurant business, it's service driven. A great chef told me one time back when I was much younger, he said, Nee, in a restaurant business, 60% is service, 40%, actually he said 60% is the front house, 40% is the back house. Meaning 60% is on service,
Right.
40% is the cooking. So to me, for all my employees, we will be heavily focused on how to deliver and let customers feel, come to our restaurant like at home. You'll be taken care the way you're supposed to be taken care. Instead of you coming in, rush out, and be done with it. That's one thing I really believe in. So service. Second, wine. I love wine. And I believe a lot of people who love wine, and I can tell you this, you will find a difficulty for Chinese food to pair with some good wine.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm a big fan of wine, and I rarely drink wine paired with the Chinese food because it's so hard to find a good match.
Okay. So there's a lot of things you can do, right? So Chinese, we have our liquor called the baijiu. I'm gonna have that in our restaurant. I'm gonna make baijiu cocktail as well. So for one, that's a part of our culture. As Chinese, we want to let people educate people about Chinese baijiu because
Correct.
there's nothing else pair better with Chinese food than the Chinese alcohol, right? Second, we have Chinese beer. But third, most importantly, wine. Wine actually has been established in China for well over 200 years. So there has been a lot of pairing done on tea smoked duck. Let's take an example. One of my most popular dishes, homemade, fresh, clean, very good dishes. Has the hickey roasted, very lightly smoked. What would pair that well? People say Shiraz or bigger Pinot because the smoke is not like bursting very, but you will pick great with a nice, robust. I would say robust is probably the wrong word I use for Russian River Pinot, but Russian River Pinot is heavier now compared to before, so that would be great wine to pair with that.
Correct.
So to me, it's like I will be helping, or I will be letting the customer make judgment of that. I want them to feel that, hey, certain food can be paired. And because what I like, I will present a lot of my personal preference on it. And I obviously will be working with some later on to have that pairing done to do a professional as well. That's what I believe. So other than the good chef is the quality, and then there's the service and wine list. I believe these 3 key things that I possess would overcome a lot of people's other Chinese restaurants don't have, because I'm putting in personally, I have a lot of older wine to put in there. So I have about, say, 6,000 bottles.
Wow.
Old vintage wine that I have to move into the restaurant, let people taste and make sure it's good. Because I have storage throughout the year that I like.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
So did pandemic like impact your business in some way?
Well, pandemic has impacted me tremendously. As I said, I saw this opportunity to open this business, right? But at the same time, because I couldn't travel to China anymore. To travel to China, you have a special visa right now. And secondly, I don't want to be locked in for 1 month, 28 days. So long story short is it has blockade my business in China as selling wine. So I also see this as I have a lot of free time on hand, and then I want to do this restaurant business. But for this side of pandemic, I actually see it as opportunity. I see opportunity is because it's a shakedown. It's something that you do restaurant. It's not for short term. It's for long term.
Correct.
So to me, this pandemic for my other business is harmful. For this restaurant business, I feel very comfortable because I have a great landlord. Our landlord worked with our the previous owner, and the previous owner just says too much for her. She doesn't want to deal with it. But for me, I feel my landlord been really fair with us. She been working with us, and she told me, say, hey, Nee, we want to support you. We want you to, the rent will reduce until this thing fixed. And we have very good communication of that. And to me, with that help, I thought it's great. And then, we can slim down and want to do more to-goes. If the pandemic comes back, whatever, we'll focus on to-goes. I think it's to be diversified, not just limit yourself, say, oh, I'm doing dining. But you can offer, Uber Eats or DoorDash, they can deliver a lot of these. So to me, it's like pandemic, I see for restaurant, you should thrive and you should expand. You should see the other way to sell because the world is changing.
Right.
So I actually adopt and moving forward with that. And plus, I have a great landlord. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's cool. And for those of you who have been watching our show, that we always talk about digital marketing. So I just wonder, do you plug in some of the let's say online ordering system to your restaurant yet?
Yes. Actually, we are working with a company called 39 Mile. It's a program developed by my friends that this is actually integrate. It's not actually marketing. It's actually POS to ordering. So basically, on our website, in about 2 weeks, the website fully running, you will be able to click everything online to order food, and we'll confirm everything with you through phone, and then the food is automatically goes through a POS system. So it's not necessarily about marketing, but it's more about integrating of ordering system where it's touchless. You can look at it and you can immediately decision. The picture will come out, and down later on, the picture might even come out. We might even show you where the dishes come from, where the ingredients come from, what day we prepare the dish, what day you get in the dish. So with that, with today's technology, we can do all of that.
Right.
And plus, people wanted that information nowadays too. That's what we want to present.
And also, because we had different restaurant owners and came to our show, and one of the common headache was that the third party, like you just mentioned, like DoorDash and Uber Eats, and they charge somewhere about 15% to 30%, just for the delivery and the ordering services. And then it has been like a headache for them because you don't make that much, and to share that big portion of your profit, right? So I think you are ahead of them in terms of that service, right?
Not really. Actually, restaurant business, everybody knows is hard business. It's probably the easiest business to get into, but it's the highest failure rate business as well. What would I do differently? Be honestly, I don't know if I am going to be 100% deal with Uber Eats or DoorDash. They call me, say they want 25%. They give me this kind of tier system. I say I want to give you 15%. If not, I'd rather hire my own delivery guy. Because I think they take advantage of their big company right now. I mean, Uber Eats, DoorDash, a public traded big company. So when they become big, they squeeze the small. But if all the small potatoes end up joining together, there's no way to fight that. So to me, it's like you have to balance it. You can check with them. You have a couple of friends all join together, then you can negotiate.
You can negotiate.
Yeah, you can negotiate better rate. Don't just be say I'm single, because you can ask your neighbor. Restaurants always like connect it. A couple other restaurants join together. We all ask for you Uber Eats. We all ask for DoorDash. We want to join together, get us better discount. I think it's matter how you negotiate it, but a lot of owners don't take advantage of that. So to me, like today, they call me and I say, look, they say, oh, we give you 25%, no more. I said, no. If you offer me 50%, I test out and we see. Would you sign exclusive? No, I will not. But I guarantee you, you promote it, we will advertise with you, we'll give you some, whatever you guys feel comfortable. And if you like it, we just test out for a month. To me, that's the way to do it. I think it's a two-way street. You deal with the customer and the Uber Eats. So to me, it's like, they want to do it. If not, then I would consider have my own employee meat delivery, because you can do them as the same thing as what Uber Eats is. So.
Right. Just to add some extra information, because besides Uber Eats and DoorDash, and there are actually, because I'm working in the technical world, and I'm running my own digital marketing agency, and actually we're offering zero commission, like ordering system. So we help the local business to set up. So if you are right now, if you're local business owners and watching our show, just so you know that, apply for the consultation, and we'll do assessment for your restaurant, for your business, to see that how we can help. So our system is zero commission, like plugged in on your ordering system and delivery system, and also helping you to build relationship, nurture your relationship with your loyal clients as well. And also another issue with the third party is that you will never get the data. That's why you have to continue paying for the service, because they don't give you the data. Like, you don't have the customer information on your end, mostly on their end, and then you have to continue paying for them in order to get that. So the up-to-date system is like all the data is gonna be yours, and then you can continue nurturing and building relationship and using the data from your own ordering system, not anybody's ordering system.
No, I agree with you. I think you talk about two different things here. For one, for me, we're definitely going to be doing some actually heavy marketing once we are fully prepared. As I was explaining this, we had a soft opening Saturday. We rushed to open because I'm Chinese, one more time, that I believe feng shui. So it was June 19th was a good day with everybody. So we kind of rushed to open. A lot of things was unprepared. But I also see this as a way to adjust the restaurant.
Right.
That's what soft opening is about. So we think about adjust this for about 3 weeks. Then we're going to have grand opening. We'll be running.
Right.
At that time, we actually, matter of fact, we actually speaking to setting up digital marketing as it is. We have we're talking about other people. Obviously, we'll be talking later on this as well. But to me, I think DoorDash, they give you the data or not. I don't think that's relevant. I'm gonna tell you honestly, if your food delivery to the customer is good and quality, timely, then if they get that food, they have a good experience, they will know where it come from. So it's all matter how you make sure your food delivery out, the customer getting the quality they want, and make sure how you reach back to it and make sure the customer be taken care of, which back to my service. So I think which that your software will help, because you say you helping taking care of the customer experience, right? I think for every delivery food, for every to-go food, for ourselves, we will maybe have weekly survey from our marketing team to talk to the customers. Hey, you got our food on order on this day. Do a survey for us. We may give you a free appetizer, or we call them, text them, whatever way we feel comfortable or they feel comfortable. And I think that's the key way to communicate.
Exactly.
And so to me, it's like DoorDash and Uber try to block the customer. No way, because the delivery range for them usually is within 5 mile range. So the customer know who they order from. It just matters, would they be happy with it?
It's I have to make it clear. It's not like Uber Eats or DoorDash block out the clients. It's actually not the issue that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like, once you acquired new clients and they love your food, they love your restaurant, but what's next, right? And you cannot just not using the traditional way, acquiring clients, because they cannot just walk by whenever they think about Chinese food and they think about your restaurant, which is good. And meaning that you maintain a very high quality of your service. What I'm talking is, what's next? What if they just want to host a party at home, and but they don't want to step into the restaurant. So what I'm saying is, once you get all the data, and then you can continue nurture your clients through marketing tools. Like you don't even have to hire anyone to like text or email, because there are multiple like systems and can do that for you, like continuing nurturing your relationship. Like your clients will constantly getting text message, or of course in a good manner, like constantly getting text message or email and saying that, oh, your birthday is coming, and then we have this kind of like promotion, or we have a free meal for you. And then so that's the way I'm talking about.
Okay.
Not like worrying too much about the third party block way. I'm just saying that nurturing the long term, because like you said, restaurant business is a long term business.
Is it?
And for any business, I believe that's all about relationship building. But for most restaurants, because they're not in the digital world, and the way that they nurture their relationship with their customers are actually kind of like still old fashioned way. And what I'm talking about, that the most like local business can actually leverage the technology and to continuing nurture, especially nurturing the relationship with their loyal clients, right?
Well, yes, absolutely agree. I think that's really depends what functionality you're looking at the system and what do you want to do. And to us, marketing, make sure customers satisfied with the dish. Because the reason why is when the food leaves the restaurant, many things can go wrong.
Right.
It probably will go wrong, as the saying goes. So to us, verification, double checking, and make sure the customer happy. Have a system to do that is something we will be looking at it. To me, most importantly, is through all that process, customer will remember.
Yeah.
And we will remember. Because remember, restaurant also has another problem, is has high turnover rate. So to me, it's like at the time, so you have to work with it. So you do, I would say I too need a system to monitor it, but it depends on what does it do and how it function, and how the whole thing can be built and integrated. So that's what I'm looking at if I'm doing anything with it.
Great. So what do you think about the post-pandemic situation, and how do you project the ongoing impact to the local business?
Right now, currently, I think people is going to start taking advantage of we are finally of the 6 feet distance, no more masks. Everybody's going to go crazy, at least for a few months. The reason why I know that for a fact, because I was in China. When China take off, nobody need to wear a mask back in June of last year. I was in China. Everybody was out drinking. Everybody was out eating. Everybody was out. Until December, certain city get hit, then go back to the pandemic again. So to me, I will see a very quick jump in the restaurant expenses, in hotel expenses, in drinking. I can probably see a lot more people getting drunk and getting DUI. But yeah,
it could be a jump start for the restaurant business.
I think it's great. I think the next 3 months is supposed to be the slow time for restaurants, but I can see it getting better. I honestly believe that. But I also really believe it's getting the word out there that let customers know as this pandemic goes, how we as a restaurant tour make sure what we deliver in the restaurant is safer, cleaner, more sanitizer, to make sure everything to the standard or beyond. So right now in my restaurant, if my customer want to wear a mask, I don't care. But I already have my vaccine 3 months ago completed, and then so I'm not. But I have hand soap at the front. Every customer leave, regardless that if they just touch anything, I will have that clean it, put away, just wash it. If the towel they use it, whatever. And if they sit on the seat just because they're waiting there, I will have to sure to clean up. I think for this, just a precaution. It doesn't mean anything else. But I think it's a precaution for today. Everything is unknown and it's not 100% bulletproof yet. Then it's better to be safe than sorry. With that saying, to be safe is it also will cost the restaurant a little bit more money.
Right.
So at that time, but I hope people also understand as a customer that you might troublesome you whatever, and you might spill like alcohol inside the restaurant. But it's actually we do it because for the safety of the customer, for the safety of the restaurant, for the safety of the employees. So to me, two things: safety and do it and thoroughly follow procedure and follow protocol. My entry door right now always has hand soap, still motionless. So that's what I do. That's what I would do.
Okay, let's back to reality. How's business going? Like since you mentioned that you already had the software opening, right?
We had Saturday opening. I had a couple tables. I had like 6 tables only. But fortunately, a couple of those big party with my friends, they leave a very generous tips. But they eat a lot too. So long story short, out of those group of friends, a lot of them came back by their own, and they invite their friends. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday closed. Today is Thursday. Total of 6 days. I have customer walk-in order from me 2 times already. I have customer coming back this Friday a 3rd time already tomorrow. Professor from Stanford. If you come tomorrow night, you guys gonna see him. 6:30. They have 50 people. They're gonna be eating there because he said he hasn't eaten this good of Chinese food in Peninsula for a long, long time, and he's so proud that somebody finally bringing something that he can enjoy and enjoy it for himself as well. So, in the word, without letting people know, without marketing, I'm happy with the sales number. Would I want more? Absolutely, but I just don't have the employee and the hire quick enough for employee to get the right staff right now to run fully. Because it's much harder to hire new employees.
So right now, the most like urgent need for your business, for most like restaurant business, is employees, right?
It is employees. There are a lot of people walking in to us. They're looking for a job, and we try to offer them. I think I'm probably speaking for all the people here today, all the restaurateurs. I'm pretty sure all the restaurants right now are short-handed. There's not restaurants full staff. Everybody's short-handed. So with that being said, then we would grab anybody come in the door to try to see how we work it out. Like today, I grabbed 2 ladies helping us do bus girls and training them. So, but they're very good, trainable. If they're trainable, then we don't mind pick them up right now and show them the way how to do this. And that's the only way to do it right now. Just slowly build up. So employee is the hardest, but we feel comfortable in about 2-3 weeks we'll complete our fully staffed, run fully.
Yeah, it's a process.
Yeah, it is about absolutely.
So did you reach out the local like support system, or you're just doing everything by yourself?
You know how funny you ask the local supporting system, because I'm not sure what kind of system we're talking about. But I actually, as you know, generally we would put on our multimedia in Instagram, Facebook. We advertise a little bit of that for our account. At the same time, we also put on Craigslist, which is my all-time favorite, to hire employees. And then my friends suggest the Indeed, and we put that on a couple days. And then we also put on the Chinese newspaper, because there's certain thing we need to have very good line cook, or you have to be a Chinese because you have to understand ingredients. But no, for locally, I thought these would be considered my local resource. But if you are talk about local resource other than this, then I have not.
Yeah, just so you know that our program is a bridge for the local business and business organizations. Actually, one of our very first guests and got a grant because of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we connect the local business and with business organizations. And so if you ever need any support, or any of you, like our audiences watching the show, if you ever need any like support or resources from the local organizations, and go ahead and apply for this consultation, and we can go from there. Okay, coming up, we're having a commercial and to share with everyone here, and we'll be back shortly. See you soon.
¿Vives en el condado de San Mateo y te gustaría probar un auto eléctrico antes de comprarlo? Pues ahora es cuando. Peninsula Clean Energy te ofrece un reembolso de hasta $200 en el alquiler de un vehículo eléctrico durante un fin de semana. Los autos eléctricos son muy divertidos y en esta promoción puedes elegir la empresa de autos de tu preferencia. No esperes más.
Hey, welcome back. So yeah, let's continue the journey with Nee. Okay, so what do you expect, like in the future for your restaurant?
Well, I expect people coming to my restaurant and say, Nee, I went to China. I eat in Sichuan. I have this dish. Can you replicate it for me? And I would tell them, say, yes. What did you taste? Approximately what city? You remember restaurant name? How it tastes? What it is? Then what I will have sort out the ingredient for customer. I expect people to come to my restaurant to challenge me.
Wow.
I want them to come to challenge me. I want people to understand what I'm trying to deliver is not right now. Okay, don't challenge me right now. We just get it open. But in about a month or two, come in, challenge us. We have a great chef. My expectation is we will be delivering the quality of the food that you think you like. Regardless, you would say, oh, this is American Chinese. A lot of Chinese say, oh, sweet and sour pork is American Chinese. Wrong. Sweet and sour pork is a very traditional Chinese dish. However, back in the day, this resource is limited and the ingredients not enough. So they cook it toward more American style because there's not enough ingredient. But today, well, actually, today is probably not a good day because of the pandemic. But without the pandemic, majority ingredient from China can come to the U.S. now. We can cook you very authentic and sweet and sour pork as well.
Are you saying that the ingredients coming from China are like open now?
Yeah.
You can easily
obtainable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because let's take an example. Okay, we have a dish called boiled fish or whole fish, right? It's a very traditional Sichuan dish that requires Sichuan peppercorn. The peppercorn is required called 大红袍. I don't actually the English for that I don't even know what it is, but it's a particular area.
Right.
Given that the price was at $30 probably per pound, now it's about $100 because of the pandemic.
Wow.
So
3 times.
Yeah, but at my restaurant, my chef asked me, said, "Hey, Nee, I can use less of this." I said, "No, use the same amount regardless." I said, "This is a short trend. This trend is not going to be long term. This boat going down, it's going to be short term." I said, "This time we want people to pay authentic, not similar to authentic. I want people to tell me, Nee, when I eat in your boiled fish or boiled beef, it's the exact same dish I had in China." And that's what I can tell people. That's what the professor from Stanford told me, saying, "My gosh, this is exactly the way how it is." So my expectation for my restaurant, come to challenge me. You're in China, you have eaten a certain way, and you say, "Nee, I have eaten Chinese food for all my life. I want this American Chinese." Well, then I have to find you an American Chinese chef that I can do it with. But you say, "Hey, I have a chef that I have eaten in Sichuan, I've eaten in Guangzhou, certain way to prepare." Price might be high for you, but if I say I can do it, I will do it for you. Because my idea is to promote my heritage, Chinese heritage, to the American. I want them to understand Chinese cuisine has a lot of different rules, a lot of different style. So to me, expectation of the restaurant, I'm pretty sure we'll be very busy and we will be challenged, and I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, you're on mission. That's a huge confidence, though.
I like to eat.
Yeah, because if you have that, if you have, like I mentioned, if you have that mission in your heart, then you're unstoppable, right?
You have a mission and you have a team who can cooperate with you. I have very clear communication with my chef. I make sure they fully understand that we're not only doing Chinese food, we are doing promotion of the heritage, our food, our way, our ancestry, our culture. And I want people to be able to enjoy that. So for my traditional dish, as traditional as possible to be, spicy as it can be. But when it's supposed to be light and delicate, as the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what.
So do you have any other locations, or so far it's just the one location? What's the plan?
My wife ain't gonna let me have a second location anytime soon. She might kill me because I don't spend time with the kid and her now. 6 months. My goal is 6 months. I will be at the restaurant, and then I have a general manager take it over for me and train him or her. I actually prefer her because I saw a woman's much more detail oriented.
Right.
But I want to train a general manager to take over the restaurant, make sure they follow the philosophy we have. We might build another 1 or 2, 3 to see how it goes. But my idea is really bring in the true step-by-step Chinese way and the food. So 6 months, give myself to be.
Yeah, bring the good image of Chinese food to Bay Area.
I think Bay Area has a great Chinese food already. I mean, come on, who doesn't know Koi Palace, Saigon, or other Chinese restaurants?
But pandemic and hurt, a little bit.
Yes, absolutely. But I think that's what I love about Bay Area. Bay Area people has a big heart. People will go out to support the local restaurant, give them monies. I heard about these, and I think that's what's a good thing about it. Pandemic's not one person, not one culture. We're all in the same problem. So I think it's just how we all deal with it and work with it as and then align that with our personal goal.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nee. And I think most of our audiences tonight, we can tell your passion and your love of the food and your high standard of your restaurant through the screen. I can't wait to check it out, and I believe that most people in our community and would love to check it out too. So thank you for coming to our show, and for those of you who are watching the show tonight, please make sure that you go check out that show. Check out that restaurant. And would you mind sharing with us the location again and the name as well, so that way our audiences will remember it?
Restaurant name is the Mandarin. The address is 1029 El Camino Real, Menlo Park, California. Right there. And then we have parking in the back, so it'll be very easy.
Oh, great.
And if you're not completely satisfied with the food, let me know. I'll make sure you'll be charged double. Make sure you'll be taken care of it. Don't worry.
Okay, great. If you couldn't, remember all the details, and just you have your Yelp set up, right?
Yeah, Yelp.
And just check out on Yelp, and it's called the Mandarin. Okay, thank you so much and for joining us tonight. And stay tuned, and we'll see you next week, same time, Thursday. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.